Flame on. How's everybody doing today? I'm here with a special guest,
Hello.
Devia.
Did
How
I
you
spoke to
doing,
you?
man?
Good, doing good.
All right. Now, without further ado, you read the title crawl, you read the thumbnail. Let's get started with the solicitations. Just give me a moment. Hmm. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing my headset.
All right, Devia, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. And I think so. Let's get started then. Tevi,
Yep.
I see you already did posted your video a few hours ago. Any comments on from your reaction before we get started?
Yeah, I found me asking to you guys something concern. I think some good. The one book I'm looking for is Godzilla and Kong and Justice League. Everything is interesting series. There's one thing I do with horror. We'll get that way when we get to Green Lantern. But I think this is an interesting series.
Okay, but I feel like October is the beginning of everything after Night Terrors
I
ends.
think that's
So
it end finally, which that event. Okay, compared to Nature. The one book I love in Nature are Action Comics and Superman. That's it. And the Batman one. That's it. The main book I don't know where we're going with that story with you. I'm not really trying. All you're trying is so goddamn boring. Well, what do you mean, Natures?
yeah, Night Terrors. Hey, remains to be seen. Hopefully, despite all the editorial stuff behind the scenes, they can cram a decent story out of it. So
Great.
so I'm not going to say anything in general until after the event ends, and then I'll make a big review out of it.
I'll agree with that.
All right, now our first book is Justice League versus Godzilla versus
It
King
is
Kong,
cold! Let's go! Woo! That's the one I'm looking for the most.
written by Brian Buccellato. I probably butchered that, and art by Christian. You know what? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Eh. Yep.
The cataclysmic crossover event of the year is here as the DC universe clashes with the legendary MonsterVerse and Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Clark Kent is enjoying a night off of a very important dinner planned with his girlfriend Lois Lane, where the entire
Yep.
city shudders under the weight of the monstrous Godzilla who emerges from the bay. What started as a
Wait.
routine clash.
Trying to but Goblin was drained. Oh, so then I married that universe. Damn it!
Uh, I think this is a self-contained story.
Yeah,
I would not,
I
I would
suspected,
not
but
be
it's an
surprised.
Elseworld story.
Hey, it's an
You can't
Elseworld
really say
story, but hey,
yeah.
it's Godzilla, King Kong versus the Justice League, so you can't really complain.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm not complaining about that. I'm very happy with that. But I said Goblin was drained. I mean, John is not born yet. Shit. Well, there are super other thing I think with Godzilla vs Kong with the degree. I want that. Fine.
What
Anyways,
started as a
continue.
routine clash between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom takes a dangerous turn when the wall between worlds is breached. Godzilla, Kong, and the Monsterverse are emerging on DC's Earth. What ensues will be a brawl of unprecedented scale and destruction from acclaimed writer Brian Buccello, who took over the latter half of Injustice.
What they're
And
doing now, great. What they're doing, what, after time they read the book, it went to shit.
to be fair, there were specific plot points that had to connect to the game, so Buccello just made the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, but year four, and year five, which is bad. Like, this is not good. How about year three? The after time they 11 minute for the dream sequence. Yeah, that's where everyone went to hell. It would probably got rushed. So it made no sense.
Not that I
Oh,
mind the fact that we're actually getting the Amazons being persecuted by America by the U.S. government
no,
because of what
no,
happened to Lazarus Planet.
not that one. I was trying to blind with your inject the story.
Yeah, I know. It's just I just wanted to get through a lot of these as possible because sometimes your rants take a little long.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good, man. I was just trying to
Yeah,
speed things along.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just don't like the name Amazon's Attack because if you know what that is referencing,
A very, very bad crossover event that really destroyed the Wonder Woman quality. For no reason.
let's just say it's the main reason the Wonder Woman IP was in the gutter for over a decade. And yes,
and
Wonder
the
Woman
countdown.
Well, Countdown was an editorial mandate gone horribly. Well, there was a lot of things editorial screwed up, but that's another.
No, yeah, the Amazon Attack conducted the countdown. If you look at some of the problem when Don Troy leaves, she meets the Mercedes Shadow Guy. Spoiler right, that's Reddit. I'm not kidding. Amazon connected the countdown to final place.
Amazon's Attack, written by Josie Campbell, art by Vasco Georgia. I'm not Georgieve. Apologies if I butchered that.
Yep.
After the shocking events of Wonder Woman, the Amazons are now fighting for a world that no longer wants them. Led by the fearless Queen Nubia, a ragtag group of Amazons featuring Wonder Girl and Faruka, and the second version of Faruka, frantically search for answers as their existence and way of life are threatened. Will the tribe survive their new reputation? Find out in this roller coaster debut issue. Brought to you by Rising Star. You know, I would not be surprised if this was a pity series because Mary Marvel taking over as the main Shazam, that did not last long. Now, I don't know if that was due to poor sales or did fans just want Billy Batson back.
It was a miniseries.
Oh, we have a very special guest tonight. What's up, Pika?
I just get up.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
Don't worry, it's fine.
But what do you feel about DC reusing the title Amazon's Attack for this series?
Poor idea. Even if people have moved on from that thing, there are still gonna be people who remember that, and even then, if they haven't, just googling that up can make people go find the old story by that name.
Yeah, it's. And Joseph Campbell. Now, me personally, I didn't read New Champion Shazam where Mary Marvel takes over. Me personally, I didn't read that book, so I don't have the best opinion on it. But this looks more like a pity series after that book got canceled.
Well, remember that series you should have done a mini series.
That is true. That is true. It wasn't an ongoing that got rebranded, but I just wouldn't be surprised if this ended up being a pity series, or at least had the quality of a pity series. I wouldn't be surprised, but I misspoke on that. But Supergirl Special number 1. Okay, Kara's getting some shine. Probably a synergy for DCU.
DCU ended years ago.
DCU.
Oh, you mean the movie side?
That one.
I keep getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
Mariko Tamaki, questionable choice, but I'm not complaining. Kara's actually getting some spotlights. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Shoot me in the head. Like, she wrote the Telltale Iron Man Starfire book, and the second one, it got blown up to stupidity. However, she did write in for the Supergirl, Supergirl, I forget the name of that miniseries.
I believe it was like in 2015. It was super, but I think I know which one you're talking about. Pika, your thoughts?
I remember the Supergirl series you mentioned.
It was good.
That was surprisingly good. It took some liberties in order to work, but still, it wasn't exactly bad. Still, this kind of, because Supergirl and Power Girl were able to coexist like 10 to 20 years ago in the comics, so
pretty easily.
So this kind of premise is done just because, well, forced conflict or
Pretty
or
much.
just because.
Yeah.
But
Girl
I feel like
interrupted.
the best way to include Power Girl was to go the DCAU route and just have it be Galatea. That would have been a simpler route to go about it than trying to keep her as Earth 2 Supergirl. At least that's what I would have done back in the 2000s. Not many people would have liked that, but that definitely would have been smoother. But back to the main prompt, Girl interrupted. After joining the Superman family in their heroic efforts in Metropolis, Kara thought she found her place in the world, but there is only room for one Supergirl, and Power Girl's sudden reappearance has made her redundant. Her identity and role are both in question, and she's looking for answers. Will they lead her out of the city or out of this world?
What?
Yeah,
that's bullshit. What a little crap. What the fuck? Okay.
This is kind of forced.
I'm not doing about this.
This is forced.
If you
thought, at least with Connor feeling that way, it makes sense because Connor was technically the same as he was pre-Flashpoint. He was off-world at the time. New 52, post-Flashpoint, the whole world was remade without him. And, of course, the introduction of John Kent. So, at least with Connor, it makes sense for him to feel that way. Kara, this is forced.
This is stupid. Like, she existed pre-credits, she died. Thanks to credit winners. Post-credit, she did return years after the other Supergirl when the Danvers died. Okay, she didn't die. When the Danvers Supergirl became an angel, it was weird how that killed her up again. And then the real Supergirl Bonington, Kara Bonington, and Jeff Loeb's Superman Apocalypse story.
Oh, Supergirl being super. That was the book. Damn, I couldn't remember to say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was good.
Yeah, good.
But this premise, this sounds very, very stupid. I'm not looking for it. It sounds like a bad idea. Also,
here's my counterpoint. Here's my counterpoint. Arkham Tower was a maxi series that dragged on way too long. If you want to tell a quick mini arc as you're transitioning towards the end of the year or the fiscal year, depending on when that book came out, Arkham Tower could have been told in 4 to 6 issues. A chance to update the mental health facility. It's a shady scheme by the guy in charge to get out of crime debt and flee the city, and the whole thing blows up in his face. A story like that could be told in 4, maybe 6 issues at most. You did not need to drag this out weekly for 12 issues straight.
Yeah, and 12 issues of a story when I go nowhere, and plot point I got so confused that I've been psychopathic in that story. Wait, but that made no sense. Because in any of my idea, you were Darkseid. How did I think about the Earth? It made no sense. It was, what the fuck? Oh my god, my brain. It was so confusing. The content made no sense in that book.
I'm just gonna cut this.
Looks like.
Go ahead, Pika.
Refreshing myself on Arkham Tower, but just doing Googling and looking at the DC.fandom.com page of it, and this looks like a fan fiction I wrote back in 2016.
Oh man.
Pretty much. It was a tower built on the bay between Gotham and Metropolis, essentially, and then were made to put people who were basically new meta-humans to work to be raised in there to be model citizens.
Yeah,
then I ran out of steam and ideas for the damn story and just turned it into Blackest Night.
Nice.
Oh man, but hey, we've all written a fanfic or two in our time when we were younger.
Like I said, I wrote my own fanfic in Spider-Verse, not the movie. The comic I'm a story in Spider-Verse. I did it better. I made Superior Spider-Man the main villain.
That remains to be seen. But say what you will about Mark Waid with the Champions and Marvel and how he can't write teenage heroes to save his life. But Batman Superman World's Finest, he can do no wrong.
Yep. That book is fantastic. Both World Finest and Teen Titans World Finest, chef kiss. Amazing. They are 10 times better than Tom Tate's Teen Titans book and 10 times better than Time to Academy. But both books are
Did you realize Tim Sheridan wrote that book, right?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, but wait, isn't Tim Sheridan the DC showrunner? How the hell did he get a book?
I have no idea.
A mystery.
Oh yeah,
we
Tim
may
Shannon
never
also
know.
wrote Billy Batman Long Halloween, the animated movie. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Well, I mean, the story itself was by Tim Seeley. It's pretty solid, so he
Well,
barely had
Jeff
to change
Loeb wrote
anything.
it. Remember, Jeff Loeb, Tennessee drew it. Jeff Loeb
Oh,
wrote
Tim
it.
Seeley Stewart. My mistake. But Long Halloween is a pretty solid storyline. So for an adaptation, he barely had to change anything.
Yep. The only change I did with the holiday killer identity, which is confusing because apparently at in the part 1 it's a guy, but part 2 it's Dua, I think.
Okay.
Not Dua, shit. Jupiter's wife.
Her name was Dula Dent. She was the villain the entire time. It's just the story is split as a two-parter.
Yeah, I was confused by that.
Because part 1 was, I believe it was part 1, was mainly a Batcat subplot, and that took up a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Part 2, the holiday killer actually needed to be Dua Dent. But that again, that makes no sense because so it's a guy. I'm confused. Like what?
They just used a static silhouette to convey the larger mystery, and Dula Dent was supposed to be a subversion or plot twist. Yeah. Which, all things considered, once you read her backstory, Dula Dent did have the biggest motivation because Falcone's son, or Selina's half-brother in the Tomorrowverse, was a daddy's boy and a bit of a coward. So
True.
It wasn't that hard. An experienced Batman would have been able to piece this together in like a month. Maybe.
Yeah, this is like year 3 at Batman, or year 4. I forget when.
And since Two-Face essentially took the fall for her Casablanca style, he just told Dula to just skip town and never show her face in Gotham again.
Yeah.
But Boy Thunder returns in this issue. To find and save Superman's former protege, the world's finest duo bridges interdimensional gulf between their world and the Earth with a jaded Superman, a broken Batman, and a war-hungry Wonder Woman. The world of Kingdom Come.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. This is the story I'm looking forward to, baby. Awesome.
Grown-up Magog.
Let's go.
Yeah, it would be a grown-up Magog if that's the case. And
yep.
Let Pika talk, Teddy. Let Pika talk.
It also pretty much looks like Mark Waid wants to replace the Kingdom Come's original sequel, the Kingdom storyline, with whatever this is supposed to be.
I would not be surprised because the Kingdom was kind of convoluted with Magog, and it kind of went all over the place.
So the Kingdom made no sense. What the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, Hyperman is John Kenton that time from the future, like one child. What?
A child of Super Wonder turning into a tyrant / monster? Where have we seen that story before?
Yeah.
That's for you, Jared. But
yep.
But let's move on. Batman, City of Madness #1.
I think it's a graphic novel, or a one shot. I don't know.
Like Christian War.
Oh, it is 3 miniseries. My bad.
Yeah, it's a miniseries. Buried deep beneath Gotham City, there exists another Gotham. This Gotham below is a living nightmare, populated by twisted mirrors of our Gotham's decadence, fueled by the fear and hatred flowing down from above. For decades, the doorway between the cities has been sealed and heavily guarded by the Court of Owls, but now the doors swing wide and the twisted version of the Dark Knight has escaped to trap and train a Robin of his own. Batman must form an uneasy alliance with the Court and his deadly allies to stop him and to hold back the wave of twisted supervillains, nightmarish versions of his own nemesis, each one worse than the last at spilling through the streets.
The fuck?
What? Wait a minute.
This sounds like
a Dark Multiple over again.
This is a horror book. For all intents and purposes, this is just a Halloween anthology.
Cosmic horror book.
Pretty much, but this is basically just ripping off of Dark Knight's metal.
Not just metal. It also is at the Doom that Came to Gotham.
No, Doom that Came to Gotham, that's an Elseworld story, and that was more mystical and supernatural.
Yeah, but it's not mystical and supernatural. With cosmic horror. That's what it said.
Yeah, but if you have a door to another world, a twisted version of Batman to trap and do This might as well be a different take on the Dark Multiverse stuff and what twisted version of Batman that has escaped. That could be literally like another version of Batman who laughs or whatever the Dark Knights that we had already.
Yeah, the evil Dark Multiverse.
But hey,
So in the Dark Metal, she's with Doom the Kindergarten Core House, but Slam the One. And Cthulhu stuff.
I don't know if Cthulhu is going to play a role, but hey, remains to be seen.
Well, if you look, can you go up a sec? Sorry.
Sure.
Go to the cover. Go to the cover.
I do not see.
Yeah, see tentacles. Cthulhu.
I would not be surprised, but for a self-contained horror book to get in the spirit of Halloween, I'm not surprised by it. I just feel like coming right off of Night Terrors, it's in poor taste. Because Night Terrors could have been the Halloween event. Like, seriously, does no one in DC editorial understands basic marketing? Now, I get it. If the fiscal year is wrapping up, you're trying to buy time for new writers and get contracts in. But why would you make a horror book in the middle of freaking July?
And in the summer, it's a summer event, not a horror story. Marvel has the same problem with their BS events, and we have another event coming in November, Game War for Spider-Man. Why?
I get where they're coming from, but a Halloween event was not the way to go about it. I would, compared to what we're getting with Night Terrors, I would have taken those 2 months of filler issues any day. Because at least then the runs are actually ongoing and the story's not being interrupted. You're just getting filler issues for 2 months. Hell, that's enough time for a decent mini arc with a competent writer.
I would take German Flash run way more because that book is fantastic. That book would give me every ever one of a Flash fan. But no, we have to stop that book because we're gonna start Spurrier take over the book now. Why? That's a bad idea. Start Spurrier's writing I don't trust. And for me, I admit that Flash made that book great. His Graham book is good. Graham is great, but honestly, it's still confusing what we're going to do right now.
Before we move forward, I just want to get. Before we move forward, I just want to get the whole Batcat Gotham War thing out of the way. The last time Batman and one of his companions got in a lover's spat with Gotham caught in the middle, the city was burnt to the ground. Robin was killed, and
you mean
I just don't see Selina being a crime boss. I just don't see it. I feel like this is only there to be a short-term thing.
Sorry to interrupt, but don't you mean Alfred? Damon didn't die.
No, Leviathan. Remember Leviathan, Batman Inc. Damian was killed by
Batman Inc. My bad.
Yeah, because if I didn't know any better, this is a Batman Inc. ripoff with Selina versus Bruce instead of Talia versus Bruce. But other than that, it's pretty much the same story. At least from what I've seen.
Yeah. Also, now he's playing Batman. Oh, joy. Heroes playing heroes. That's a good idea. Not. I thought we were done with this shit.
Batman is on the ropes as the Gotham War heats up following a shocking betrayal. It's father versus son, teacher versus student in the knockout fourth chapter of this brutal war. But who is really pulling the strings in this explosive event? Thousands of years have led up to this moment.
What?
If Gotham War is just to set up the return of Ra's al Ghul, I will be pissed.
Yeah, this is Ra's al Ghul. Also, why never find Batman? Why? I don't want the Hero Find Hero event. I'm done with Hero Find Hero event. I can't do it anymore. I just put my money with that shit. More than the shows over their bullshit events. It would be bad DC did it. Wait a minute. I really need. Where's Tim Robin? Where's Tim? Why are you helping at the Batman at the partner? To know Benjamin. Not Manifest Bond. Wait. Was it Manifest Bond? Who wrote the Tim Robin book? I don't remember.
Megan Fitzmartin wrote the Tim.
Yeah, I was right. Shit. Joining the crime, Talia oversaw doing but she had the season background to do it. Agreed.
But I just don't see the point. This is just a lover spat, and the first time these two are really interacting since Joker War and City of Bane. So this
Yeah.
event is just so the actual story of this event is just a lover spat with maybe Ra's al Ghul pulling the strings. That's
Yeah.
really all I see this as.
Yeah, they finally the winning only win one character, Rachel Goal.
Oh, when it
Every
was-
general puts their plans into play as Selena Kyle's cat cradle threatens to pull the city apart. Red Hood, fundamentally changed, struggles to find his new role in this broken city. Claws fly, secrets are told, and hearts are on the line in this penultimate chapter of the Gotham War event. And then Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, Red Hood #2. I believe this is a tie-in from Jason's perspective.
Matthew Rosenberg, he wrote Jason Todd and Task Force Z.
And he also wrote DC versus Vampires, which wasn't bad. Buried in delays, but the story wasn't bad.
The ending was confusing because wait, what? That's how it ends? With Betty Nightwing dead and Damon Wayne still going up against the Vampire Clan, and the world's still screwed, and Barbara Gordon is now the Vampire Queen. What? It was a weird ending. Also,
To be fair-
I know it's was that event.
To be
No
fair,
John
DC
Train that story either. That's odd. It's only in that event. You should have done it. Well, they were saying that she was best friend. I would love to see a supervillain kick out that story. No, this ain't rant. It me I have to continue that story because I did my own talk about that. But it did was incredible about that story. But then
it was a horror book that got it was just buried in delays. That's all I'm going to say on that.
yeah,
Batman's plan for Jason Todd backfires, but in a good way. The Red Hood prepares for the final battle of the Gotham War, but what will he have left when the dust settles? And this is the finale, Gotham War, Scorched Earth #1.
with them
Ipsodog's
kissing, I
and-
think.
I guess.
Uh,
The final chapter of this epic crossover is here. Batman and his family must find a way to overcome the endgame as an ancient enemy. Can the Bat and Cat set their differences aside? Is this the end of the Bat family? Lives change forever in this action-packed conclusion.
You're not in the Bat family. You're not doing Double the Family again. That's a stupid idea. Also, wait, what does that mean? What do you mean this is the end of the Bat family? What do you mean lives change forever? What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Let's
Help
just
me out
wait for
here.
the story to be told and come back. Detective Comics
Okay.
1075.
I love that
Ram V.
cover. The cover you made.
And by the way, Ram V has been officially contracted to work for DC. So fingers crossed, thinking that they'll do a better job here. But I would not be surprised if it's the same quality.
The second story is so goddamn boring. I tried to the comment a long time ago because this is boring. This is stupid. I'm gonna ban shit. I banned it a long time ago because I got so bored. It's so boring. What's happening in that story? I'm confused. What do you think?
It has potential, but I just don't know because I left Marvel years ago, so I'm relatively indifferent. So I haven't been exposed to as much cringe when it comes to Ram V's work or any other. Or I may have seen a little Vita Ayala or T Franklin here and there, but other than that, I'm just indifferent.
Yeah.
As Batman races through the streets of Gotham out of the I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Grasp. Bruce races through the memories of his mind.
Grasp. I can't read that.
Orgham, not that hard. Raised to
Orgham.
the memories of his mind and others. That's their demons.
Oldham. Yeah.
Only
Thanks,
thing in the demon's way is all inner demons and Barbatos.
Then in the backups, can Bruce's memory of Alfred consoling him as a boy be preserved from the Asmere if he takes Barbados' offer?
Wait, what? But Barbados is gone. He got chained by in Dark Meadow. In the Dark Places.
Unless if they try to do that whole Eldritch horror thing where the cosmic being and awareness can remain even when the physical form is destroyed.
But
I
he
wouldn't be
wasn't destroyed.
surprised.
He was alive. He got chained in Dark Places. Then the bound left. How did he escape?
I'm just gonna say this. Dark Knight's death metal was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah.
I own that book.
Wait, Pika. In terms of the 5G setup, or as a story in of itself?
More or less as pretty much both, because it took pretty much things that worked back in the original metal, and then just threw all the shit into the walls and did all of the kind of shit it happened in it. Darkest Night was also pretty much another mistake, because the Batman Who Laughs could have worked much better as a psychological horror villain that he was never pretty much utilized as. We got covers of him like going after Catwoman. That never happened. We never saw him going after the Bat family. That also never happened. And there was so much potential that was ultimately wasted because of that story.
Yeah,
I agree.
like I said, I own the book. See, no.
Pika,
Yeah.
it's okay if you want to get something to drink right quick.
Don't worry, I have.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that metal story. Even though I like the story, I will admit it does go off the lyric. It's so confusing, and it's kind of a mess. The times were good.
Now, Tom Taylor's Nightwing run, even
It's
though
so boring.
I get what he was trying to do. A blank slate from all the Rick Grayson stuff, trying to prop up Nightwing as the main forefront, even with everything going on with 5G falling apart. But you have this debuting character. You have him be a personal connection to Dick, arguably be a dark parallel to Dick.
Yep.
But you don't use Heartless at all. You barely
Heartless
use
has barely been in the story. Like, Tom Taylor, you got an idea for God's sake. Finish a story. For God's sake, Tom Taylor, like, you have other options besides not only finish Heartless already.
I just feel like Heartless is going to get snubbed for an even bigger threat towards the end of the run. I don't think Heartless can stand on his own 2 feet, not at this point.
No,
but that's just my opinion.
Nobody's organization.
At this point, we need to end Heartless. Stop actually doing Phil's story. Just end the Heartless story, and then we can move on to that story finally.
Yo ho ho! A pirate's life is not working for Nightwing. When Nightwing's investigation to who left the vault under his name leads him to discover a mysterious group behind the hold, his past comes back to haunt him in the form of the hold's leader.
Oh, for God's sake. Let me get this enough Phil story. Wait a minute. Wait. I have a theory. Okay, theory time. What if the whole leader is Heartless?
I think he was a classmate of Dick Grayson's and Barbara's from school. He was an old bully.
No. I said the whole leader. Heart became the male brother. When did that happen?
I think he was the head of a. Did he? I thought his secret half sister was still currently mayor.
Yeah.
Or did she step down in an issue I didn't read?
I dropped off name a long time ago, so I don't have in that book.
And can someone tell me who is this a Joker's daughter situation? Because
no.
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Nope, that's Shush. Okay, the new Hush, but for Robin.
What the?
I'm not joking.
Urban Jungle continues father and son dynamic are deadly case. What the hell is the first day at school? Damien has been at school before.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Like, he didn't put to school with John. Did we miss him?
Okay, think of it like this. You have a falling out with your father over a family tragedy. You then are gone for months on end, trying to get into essentially a mystical Mortal Kombat tournament. All the while, Bruce has been actively ignoring Damien for a little under a year. So it's only natural Damien would have to be either right at the 9th grade or would have to repeat the 9th grade.
Well, then this description could say instead of his first day of school, they could say go back to school.
Yeah, that I would understand. But if it's a what the fuck? Like what?
I I think it's just bad wording because it does say his first day of school. It says it right here.
Yeah, it could be bad wording. Also, introducing Shush.
Now, for all intents and purposes, this is the closest you're going to get to a relaunch of the Williamson run because editorial cut his story short and he ended up doing Dark Crisis, which I will say this till I'm blue in the face. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Joshua Williamson, as much as he wants to be an event guy, a Crisis storyline was too big of an assignment for him. Even as convoluted as Dark Crisis, he's not an event guy. He has good character work. He can craft solid character dynamics. He's not an event guy. He's just not.
Mm-hmm. He's not good at events. But every single event you could write always end the shit. The only good event I know Sorry, Ben Curtin. But the only good event I know was Shadow War. But then Shadow War ended kind of stupid because wait, what? Zero for the main bad guy? What? How does that make sense? And then Deathstroke dies, but not really. He came out the other last pit, but he already got infected by Dark Crisis stuff. And it was a mess.
Now, some of that is editorial. Some of that is editorial because 5G pretty much imploded and there was a civil war behind the scenes. So some of that is editorial. Pika, your response? I sorry, Tevia cut you off.
Sorry.
What I was about to say, yeah, pretty much that Joshua Williamson has been retconning and doing that whole thing. Something that actually I bring up that in the Flashpoint video I'm doing is that when I did a few differences, comparisons to between the comic and the movie in that video is that I bring up that I don't think Joshua Williamson and Tom King ever actually read Flashpoint because Thomas Wayne's Batman never used guns in the comic and only in the movie. So I think Tom King and Joshua Williamson just watched the movie.
The movie does give you a good recap. It just removes Flash Rebirth, where Dawn actively goats Barry to changing the timeline. But other than that, you didn't really need that part to get the real impact of the story. That's
Let me
just.
Also say that, by the way, I'm going to tell you now that there are I'm still editing that video, but I can tell that there are about 29 separate small differences about between the comic and the movie, and then there's something of a big thing when I talk about the differences between Reverse Flash does and doesn't do.
Yeah, in the live action movie, it took away Reverse Flash, made the Dark Flash.
Yeah, I'm working from home today, so I'll try to edit it more between what I.
Try not to burn yourself out, man. If you need a couple hours after the stream to rest, take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a sliding work time. As long as I'm computer open by 9 a.m., I'm good. Okay, back to this.
Okay. Birds of Prey issue number 2. Oh, so Cassandra. Huh. I thought
Cassandra came back though.
Yep. I thought she was still in that that non-binary what was that? What that
Spirit World?
Yeah, Spirit World. Thank you. I thought she was still in that. But I guess that gets resolved. But by Kelly Thompson and art by Leonardo Romero.
Leonardo Romero.
Oh, thank you. Black Canary has built an all-new team with very specific and very dangerous first mission, extraction. Their target, she's being held by and guarded by a battalion of what sounds simple enough, right? Well, then we're explaining it wrong. It's a terrible mission, and before it can even be launched, the birds have to gather mysterious supplies and see an old familiar faces that they punch. So this synopsis doesn't really say anything.
This is not giving me jack and shit to work with. I'm confused. Also, wait, why did Wildstorm carry there? Why is Zod there?
To be fair, this is the 30th anniversary from when Jim Lee launched Wildstorm, since Wildstorm debuted in 1993. So her being added in is more so for synergy than anything.
But Zoe is boring. I don't give a damn about the Wildstorm character. I want to get given him a Midnight Apollo. And that's it.
They were
Yeah,
the only ones
40
that
have
had
nothing
relative
to do.
success. I will give you that. Wait,
That's true.
didn't Midnighter and Apollo have an adopted daughter? If I remember
Yes.
correctly.
They did with the Washington universe, but Jane Quantum doesn't exist in this universe because reasons. Reasons can't prove my point that they say Jane Quantum and it's on a Hell book. Taylor, you should use Jane Jane Nakamura. Jane Quantum. Jane Quantum is a far better character than Jane Nakamura. Make Jane Nakamura Jane Quantum nemesis. Problem
To
solved.
be fair, I'm just gonna say this because we beat that to a dead horse. Jay
Yeah, we did.
Nakamura was the character of his own story. John was a selling point. Say what you
Yep.
will about editorial, say what you will about 5G, but at the end of the day, Bendis and Gamora and the majority of Son of Kal-El was Jay Nakamura's story. John was
Yep.
just a selling point.
Yep, which is why I keep saying the day I died. Jenny Quantum should have been the character that John fell in love with. That is her story.
Either that, or they could have
Benny?
just done what usually, like what romance mangas or others do, like have it be a will they, won't they stuff. Like, okay, Jay could be there and Jenny could be there as and to truly show that John is bi, they could go will they, won't they stuff like where John finds attraction to both, doesn't know which one to go with, and just goes on with that tension. That could have sold better than just rushing into a relationship with Ye.
I agree 100%.
Moving on,
But
because the
it-
last thing we need is this to be a John Kent rant.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. But again, this is not John Kent. This is more of a Jenny Quantum at the story I'm talking about.
Batman Brave and the Bold number 6. Huh.
Which
This
is
is
actually
the-
a put into Urban Legends.
Okay,
What
what's
the-
going on this time around?
Killing Marge writes and draws poignant and heartfelt tale of redemption in Back to Year One. The shocking final chapter of Stormwatch has arrived from Ed Berrison and Jeb Spokes. What secret has Director Bones been withholding from the team all this time? Emilia Harcourt returns back from
From the dead.
that.
Who? Who's Maya Harcourt? I know who it is.
I think she's a Stormwatch character, if I remember correctly.
Oh. I never
The
read
mystery
Stormwatch.
unfolds courtesy of Rob Williams and Stefano Lendini.
Hey, what was
Plus,
the James Gunn's wife's character's name?
Harcourt?
Is this the same character?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Mystery unfolds courtesy of Rob Williams and Stefano Landini. Blue Snow holds Baron's story of Batman from Colin Kelly, Jason Lanzin, and Jorge Molina.
Yeah,
in their
first Batman black and white
Batman
story.
black and white story.
So, 8 Urban Legends. Oh, but wait. Tom King's not in that book anymore. Wait, but he's writing Brave and the Bold. Not Brave and the Bold. Is it Brave and the Bold?
Brave and the Bold is an anthology comprised of different writers.
Yeah, so... Wait, okay, can you go up and say what the title again? I'm confused. So...
No, They were
This is
promoting
Brave and the
specific
Bold.
stories. But these are Gillum March, Ed Bryson, Rob Williams, Colin Kelly, and Jackson Lansing.
But it said Brave and the Bold, right?
Yes, this
Okay,
is still
no,
Brave and the
no.
Bold.
So Tom King left the book at issue 5. So
Yes.
now again you with Urban Legends.
Yeah, because his portion or his story in the anthology was finished. He didn't stick around.
Yeah. I mean, this book gonna last. It's not gonna last till next year.
Remains
Okay.
to be seen, Tevia. Penguin number 3. Apparently, Penguin has kids for some reason.
How?
Working on that.
How do you have kids?
Less we know, the better, because I do not need that image in my head. Much like how
Same.
Rey is the granddaughter of Palpatine. I do not need that image in my head.
Yeah. Disgusting.
That image
But,
just came into my head, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yep.
And just like that, I reminded Pika of the cringe that is the sequel trilogy. My apologies, Pika.
Yeah.
The Penguin knows that to return to power in Gotham City, he's going to need a crew that's not based in the city or caught up in the Gotham War. So he makes a play for a surprising group. Enter the Force,
4th of July.
Wow. You couldn't
Wow, how subtle.
You couldn't use the
Get
old what's that card dealing? It's not Intergang. They're based off trading gaming of poker cards.
Oh yeah, the Royal
Royal
Flush game.
Flush Gang.
Thank you. God, I'm having a brain fart tonight. You couldn't use a roster of the Royal Flush Gang.
You have to make your own group.
I've seen better names.
Same.
Harley Quinn number 33. Harley
Hi,
Quinn
little bunny.
Huh.
Get it?
Big ears, even bigger
like
feet,
little bunny.
big cartoon peepers. I'd know this damn dame anywhere. It was me and then a whole up. Oh.
Now he's dead.
And I think your college professor was it. I decided to dip my last to lesson. The physical private investigation. Babysitting literal rinses.
What? This is Deadpool.
They've been trying hard to make Harley Quinn DC's Deadpool, where it's just a bunch of zany meta nonsense. And it doesn't work. And
it's funny.
I was fan requested to talk about this, so I might as well say it. For as raunchy as the Harley Quinn animated series is, at least they're actively progressing their character forward by actually having her join the Bat family, try being a hero, see if redemption is for her. Even trying to make hero villain.
Sorry.
I'll give you that. It can be funny. I'll give you that. A little raunchy, a little over the top at points, but somewhat funny.
Yep.
But I would argue Harley is more like Rich Sanchez, where she's a chaotic neutral. But if you want to tell a hero Harley story, by all means. Hopefully it can work.
But I don't get the joke in the comic. The comics are not funny. I don't read Harley Quinn. I read it. This is stupid. This isn't funny. I'm not laughing, and I just abandoned ship. What the joke? Ugh.
Sometimes you take punchlines from people who just don't get the joke.
Yep. Sometimes you can't get rid of a bomb. Batman.
I appreciate the attempt, Tevia.
Yep.
Yeah, but a lot of these are just self-contained horror stories because it's Halloween. So a lot of these are essentially either mini arcs revolving around horror or self-contained horror stories.
Yep.
Almost as if Night Terror should have been their Halloween event and we could have been done with this.
Pretty much.
Poison Ivy number 15.
I don't really Poison Ivy.
Face to face with mysterious uncanny Peter Undine in bizarre labyrinth deep within the heart of... Well, where else? Pamela survive their confrontation and navigate Undine treacherous world, or will Ivy be consumed and left to change? Wow, that sounds so copy-pasted from somewhere else.
Pretty much.
This is stupid. Wait, question. Would I be anti-hero now? I guess you're the villain. Did I miss anything here?
Ever since Harley, you know what? I'm going to get some heat for this, but I'm going to say it. Ever since Harley and Ivy got together, name one instant where Poison Ivy hasn't done anything really villainous. She's become a prop for Harley in their relationship.
Yeah. Last time I saw her, the villain was in Tom King, Poison Ivy.
Continue, Pika.
I think I said this 2 years ago when I was reviewing Injustice. Poison Ivy is just a post-Joker rebound.
Yep.
I'd agree to that.
I agree there, but also, I didn't before. Do I think that point Ivy the villain was during Hurricane Crisis? Wait, not Hurricane Crisis, not that story. Yeah, it was Talking Babylon. You know, War Judgment Widows and Ivy's World.
Wait, wasn't Ivy a supporting villain in that story, not the main villain? Because it was a turf war between
in War Judgment Widows, she's a supporting villain. But in Ivy's World, which is a story after War Judgment Widows, she's the main villain. She took away the entire place.
Now, at least Sandman is getting some traction. Now, Sandman is
But
an old
it's
Justice
not-
Society character.
Yeah, it's not the other Sandman from New Game Sandman.
Um,
It's the
By
other
Robert
Sandman.
Venditti.
Yep.
No one escapes the Sandman's dark streams, not even Wesley Dodds himself. After years of testing and experimentation, he perfectly perfected his sleep gas as an optional weapon to fight crime without causing undue harm. But when his journal detailing all his failed and far more deadly formulas is stolen, the Sandman must hunt down the thief and the people in the shadows pulling the strings before the contents of the journal are released. So yeah, Sandman's getting a miniseries. Jay Garrick Flash, which takes place right after Stargirl and the Lost Children. So Jay and his time displaced daughter reunite. I wonder who's writing that book.
Jerry Ann, baby! Woo! I'm happy.
Am I the only one who's forgotten about Jeff Johns' Justice Society of America New Golden Age? Because that book is buried in delays.
That book is fantastic. I love that book. Lost Children was fantastic. I love that story.
Spinning out of the events of Stargirl, The Lost Children, and Justice Society of America, Jay Garrick reunite with his long-lost daughter, Judy. After being pulled from the timeline, Judy returns to a world where she and her dad aren't the only ones that ride the lightning. But is there enough space for her and Jay in Joan's life? And can they keep up with their teenage daughter and make up for lost time?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. This is a great story.
this one reminds me, how old is Jay Garrick supposed to be?
Jay's at least 60. Jay's
60.
at least 60 years old. At least.
Yep.
I remember reading in the Flash Rebirth 2009, Reverse Flash said that the Speed Force makes people look younger than they are supposed to be. So, and even when Jay is supposed to be, if he's close to 100, he is physically, it looks like he's in his 50s or 60s. And having a daughter at that age, that reminds me of that. Remember the Leslie Nielsen comedy movie Spy Hard?
I remember that.
Yeah, there was that one line where he said that there was this line that an accident, having a child at the when you're 80 is an accident. Falling on having a piano fall on you is just bad luck.
Oh, a little dark humor tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But Alan Scott, Green Lantern. I understand the synergy. Now, Alan Scott, I have nothing against Alan Scott. Now,
I love Alan Scott. No. Guess who's writing this? Guess.
Tim Sheridan.
Yep.
Well, there goes this comic. Yep, this is gonna be a 2 out of 10. This is gonna suck.
This is great bad.
You don't get a showrunner to write comic books. TV shows, comics are two completely different mediums. See, this is why you can get away with word salad in a TV show, because most people are going to play it off as expedition. If you spew word salad in a comic book, it's boring.
Yep. Also, not to mention, is Ryan and Tina Couch Red X? Who's Red X? It must be Red X. I'm Red X.
Now, I will play devil's advocate. That was editorial. Tim Sheridan did not want to use Red X at all. He wanted to highlight his teen young heroes. That was editorial forcing on him, and he just made the best out of the situation.
But the situation was crap anyway. The story was shit because it had a future state. And future state was
all that aside, the best thing to do was to have Titans Academy stand on its own as an anthology focused on the kids, and all the hero stuff would be focused on Infinite Frontier Titans. Tevye and I did a video on that. Pika featured in that, and that ended up being a 4-hour discussion.
God, that was a long video. Very worth it.
And you're not the only one who thinks that, Tevye.
Tim Sheridan who went into the Academy. Yep, that's him. The Seneca, so I'm just going to be there with 3 hours long on my channel.
Let's just go ahead and get through the prompt, shall we? Alan Scott's
early day at the Green Lantern are seeing a new light. The Green Lantern are the most powerful member of the GSA, beloved by all of America, but his personal life is a well-kept secret. What? That's bullshit. Story about love, about fear, and most of all about courage. To stand up to that fear. Alan Scott's past is the key to the future. When the Red Lantern appears, when he struck down the Mighty Green Lantern.
Story about
Wait.
love, fear, and
I know what.
yeah. Closet and gay man in the 40s. Yeah.
No, not just that. It all connects to the GSA Lot Children book.
Now, to be fair, Alan Scott was one of the more popular JSA members in the Golden Age. He was.
Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm.
So some of that is true.
Yep. But
Tom
Game, I mean, wasn't Tim Sheridan. That was
Earth 2 Saga. No, Earth 2 Saga made at least a version of Alan Scott gay, and they crossed that over for the sake of synergy.
Yeah, they probably went to the main English.
At least in the Earth 2 Saga, it made sense and it was fine because that was set in a relatively more modern and more open-minded era where it was pretty much okay for him to be gay. But turning the original older version is because it's set in the 40s and he's supposed to have a Jade and Obsidian as his children.
Now there is such a thing as coming out later in life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But would he have the drive and willingness to have children like naturally? Because I don't think that even if you want to go with some kind of fantastical and technological look at it, then how do you how can he have Jade and Obsidian without us like a? I don't think the sperm donation was possible back then.
Stuff like that was at least in the 70s. At least
in the 70s.
Yeah, at least. So I feel like he just found some random dame that was interested in him. He played the role society one. If we're taking all this into account, we don't know what the finished product is. If we're taking all this into account, he found a random dame to be with, had children, and then discovered himself later in life. That would be the safest option. If you
it wouldn't look kind of his history of existence.
I'm not DC editorial, but if I was, we would be in a much better direction.
Agreed.
That's a little pun for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
if I was in charge of DC editorial, you know what I do. Fix this. That's point number one.
We know it's a lot, Tevia.
I know.
Now, Pika, before we cover Wonder Woman issue 2, what did you think of the Trinity debut in the Wonder Woman 800? I never got your thoughts on that.
I think I made, as I said, something like it was not exactly a walking stereotype, but something that we've seen this kind of character before, way it looked that kind of familiar, and. Not a very strong opening. Let's go with that.
That's fair. Now and I'll just put Tevia in the background since he walked out. And now a wanted fugitive, Wonder Woman readies herself for a battle against Commander Steel and his soldiers, her former love, Steve Trevor, being one of them. What could this face-off mean for her position in the world of heroes? Will it further her quest for the truth about the rogue Amazon or end in bloodshed? Find out as this demigoddess takes on an entire army. Plus, a prelude to... Oh, God.
It's a bad idea.
Santa Maria, oh, God. Why?
This is a bad idea.
I know you need an event name revolving around the Amazons. What was Amazon's attack really the best you could come up with?
Also, wait, stop. Now one fugitive, one laser back in Command Steel. This Amazon attack is from 2 months all over again, except much worse. Oh my God.
Hey, is it Amazon's attack or is it Amazon's attack with an exclamation mark? Is that supposed to be the difference?
Yeah, I think it's just Amazon's attack with an exclamation point.
Oh, Amazon's at 2.0.
Story time with Jay Heat. The original Amazon's attack revolved around Cersei posing as Hippolyta and steering the Amazons against Man's World. That's pretty much Amazon's attack.
Yeah.
And this got bloated into a 4 to 6 months event that that the average fan would have pieced together in like 2.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay.
Oh, finish.
Amazon's attack was just a half-ass storyline that was pieced together in a weekend. If you thought Snowflake in Safe Space was a bad idea, try Amazon's attack in 2005.
Yep. And to make Amazon's attack 10 times worse, you need to tie into Wonder Woman to figure out what's happening. Because all the other tie-ins make no sense.
Well, the other tie-ins were relatively self-contained. The only one that was actually relevant to the story was Wonder Woman.
But you think, the hardcover to Amazon Attack does not contain the actual Wonder Woman tie-ins at all.
Yeah, I remember the Linkara review of Amazon's Attack. It's just, one of the things he ranted about was that there was a text summary between each chapter issues of the main event.
Yeah.
Yep. Flash issue number 2. Now, Cy Sperretter, I have not seen much of his work, so I don't have an opinion on him.
I read his work, and it's so goddamn boring. Holy shit, it's more stuff. It's not interesting. It's boring. And this is the guy you want to like the Flash book? After the German 5 of Save Wally West? You want this guy to like the Flash book? We're screwed. This book's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a train wreck. It's gonna be every wood that ever come to pass. Shoot me.
As Wally West faces massive, powered-up old foes as well as new, mysterious being, he encounters a group of alien explorers who are very interested in Wally's powers, which continue to glitch. Also, something seems to be literally bubbling up in Keystone as the new era for the Scarlet Speedster continues. New character debut, The Stillness.
Where's Wally's family?
Where's the turtle? Because I feel like he would have been a better villain than this.
Yeah, that too. Where's Winter Park? I swear to God, if this factory gets destroyed, if we lose everything from Jimmy and Wage, because I don't want to lose that, or we don't.
Superman number 7, which is the 850 milestone of the Superman comic. Well, I forget there is a 200 issue gap between Action Comics and Superman. I forgot.
Oh yeah, there's one. I agree with it. Yeah, but sorry to do up. But question about the Flash book. Can we go up a sec?
Sure.
Let's hit the cover.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, the main villains of this thing, I'm confused. They look like Green Lantern villains, but with energy constructs. They're all like Green Lantern villains.
Maybe Green Lantern will play a role in this arc. Who knows?
Maybe. I'm holding John's story over people. But honestly, I'm just worried about Flash. I don't want the Flash book to fall in the same trap like other side spoiler books. I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Now, Williamson's Flash run was pretty solid. Even in spite of all the 5G setup, Williamson's run was pretty solid.
Yeah. Jerry and Flash book was fantastic. Jerry and Flash book was amazing. I'm just sad off the book.
Now, Superman number 7 or Superman 850, Joshua Williamson, Gleb Malnikov, Dan Jurgens. Oh, this is going to be an oversized issue.
Yep. Since the start Superman issue 1. Oh, sorry. You want to read it? Or
no, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Since the start Superman issue 1 and Dawn DC, a mystery had been brewing in Metropolis. Now that mystery secrets are unleashed, the Starting Revelation set a massive story in 2024. The chain continued as Superman battled an overpowered new menace who wanted to destroy Metropolis. Superman would decide if he's willing to follow Extratronic or to take the chain down. A new trooper is visited by a blast from the past, one that would impact his future forever. This sounds to me. I had to make sense of this book.
Now, we've seen Lex redemption stories before. We saw this with when New 52 Superman died and he essentially donned his version of the steel armor.
Yep,
we saw this in Forever Evil when he joined the League due to public notoriety. It never works because eventually we're going to go right back to default with Luthor being an asshole.
Yep, and in Superman Rebirth, when he took over Apocalypse, spoiler it, at the end of that story, he said, like, you let me get die in Apocalypse. And Superman said, no, you took the world Apocalypse after you got your ego, and you're an idiot. Well, okay, that's not the Superman. So you said, like I'm saying, you're upset. You're upset. me upset, and he took the extra off his suit and crushed it into pieces. And he laughed about it. I'm not kidding. I did have it in the tomato
Status
that did happen.
God, pretty much.
Yep.
Why even
Imperial Rex with a good story.
Superman vs. Ken. With the mysterious young Nora Stone drains Superman's strength and unleashes an imposter tyrant Superman on Metropolis in his place. A powerless Clark. A powerless Clark Kent is forced to face the monster alone. Who is Nora Stone? And can Clark protect his identity while fighting the impossible battle? Featuring Jin Lee Yang and Victor. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Bogdanovic. Okay, return to the Superman of China. Wait, Superman of China, is this going to be a backup or is Superman of China going to get a book?
Backup story. It's Kingdom Kong. Wait, that wait. That means the John Cena backup story is over. God damn it. That means my favorite kid all gone again.
To be fair, that backup was only going to last till September tops.
I know, but I love that story. It was a great story. It was doing great. It made me sad.
Power Girl issue number 2.
No, I'm done. I'm done with Williams. Her Power Girl book is shit.
Road Trip.
Gary Frank gotta make this new look work. The jacket.
No, he's just doing the cover. They all done my Eduardo.
I mean, the cover actually makes the new look work.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good with the Gary Frank all work. But God almighty, the always in the Power Girl special and the Power Girl Netzer tie-in, which means not that great.
Yeah, that was. I just don't know about that. I really don't, because Power Girl's kind of always been in flux. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Road Trip. As a Kryptonian virus rapidly spread along the coast, Power Girl departs Metropolis looking to redeem herself for her catastrophic mistakes. It's not easy being part of the super family, but Paige has never let the pressure get to her before. She just needs something to punch. And she's found her target in space pirate and hater of all who hail from Krypton, Almalak.
Who? Who's that guy? I know it is. Wait. Question. Why did we name the Paige? That's stupid. That's a bad idea. Her name's Power Girl, not Paige.
Because the name Karen has not aged well in today's world.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they renamed it. But I could see. I mean, come on. It's Power Girl. She's abrasive. She's tough. She's condescending. You could make her being Karen work. I understand.
Her name Karen Star before, in New 52 Karen Star, in post-grade Karen Star. That was her name. Change the Paige is a stupid idea.
Here's my rebuttal. We already have a Captain Karen in Marvel, so.
Ow. So we're
oh, come on. That was hilarious.
Yeah, they're both blondes. That could be. When you take a headshots of both, then.
Even a Power Girl former indicator and far better.
Apart.
Yeah.
Shazam issue number 4.
Great book.
Also by Mark Waid.
Yep, and all by Dan Moore. Perfection.
Shadiness, hatefulness, arrogance, zeal, anger, malice. These are the new powers of Shazam. If Billy doesn't find a way to get them under control, the lives of everyone around him will be forever destroyed. So a corrupted Billy Batson story.
Yep.
Seriously, after what they did to Mary Marvel, what took them so long?
Yep. Also, question: Who cut them all proposing to?
It looks like Kitty Pryde from a second. I thought it was Kitty Pryde. Like, what, did Marvel lose the rights to the character or something?
No, that's funny.
Tell me that does not look like an X-Men suit. Like, seriously.
It does look like X-Men. Oh my god! Oh, that's funny. I can't wait to do that. Hi, Superwoman. Wait a second, Superwoman. You're telling me Superman will be able to return, but not the thing that I want.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Now we don't. This could just be a cover. But from what I remember, Bizarro Lois Lane killed New 52 Lois Lane, leaving Lana as the only Superwoman. But she couldn't use her powers anymore because it was too dangerous. Maybe Steel found a way to cure her off panel and she can use her powers?
Maybe. But here's the thing about that. That story, actually, she got the Superwoman power back in Superwoman Rebirth when she fought the AI lady thing. It was weird. It was weird how the Superwoman book got wrapped everything up.
I just feel like that with everything going on with 5G, they kind of shelved Lana Lang as Superwoman, and now they have an opportunity to bring her back. At least if this cover's telling me anything.
Even though we did see Superwoman before in Dark Knight Metal. Not Death Metal. The original Metal.
Again, that was pre-5G, so...
True.
Written by Michael Dorn, art by Sammy Basri. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. The penultimate chapter has arrived. Wait, Steelworks was a miniseries?
It was? I know that.
I thought that got rebranded to ongoing.
I thought so too.
Guess it just wasn't hitting the numbers. The penultimate chapter has arrived. Our heroes brace for impact as a startling new weapon emerges from the deep beneath Hobbs Bay to wreak havoc on Metropolis. As the fight for the future of the city nears its shocking final showdown, Steel and Superwoman's combined powers and their engagement will be tested like never before.
So I was right. We are Superwoman Rebirth. What? You tell me Superwoman Rebirth can turn, but the thing that I can't? Let that fail. Let that fail. What the? Dude.
I have not been hearing good things about Hawkgirl.
Now, from what I've seen, I've actually read issue 1 before we move forward. I've actually read issue 1. This easily could have just been a Galaxy book featuring Hawkgirl. See, this is why some of your titles are failing. You're trying to prop up these other characters, trying to get to these certain markets, but you're using established characters as selling points. Stuff like that only works in an ensemble or a TV show where you're actually debuting an original character in the show dynamic. That could work in a TV show. In a comic, a character needs to stand on their own 2 feet before you have them play in someone else's toolbox.
Also, no one get it down Galaxy. She's so boring. I don't get about that character. I don't know what that character is. Who's Galaxy? Where's she come from? Why's she here?
She's actually debuted in a YA graphic novel, I believe 6 years ago, if I remember correctly. I could be off. Someone in the comments let me...
that far about something that obscure.
Hey, at least, it can't be any worse than I Am Not Starfire, so...
Oh, God, don't mind me. Okay, come back in time. I did not read that book because I heard it was bad, and glad I didn't read it because it just looks stupid. I read the preview of it. It was stupid.
Hawkgirl and Galaxy were looking forward to take a break from superheroics for an afternoon. Vulpecula isn't about to let that happen and promptly puts an entire city of Metropolis in danger. Steel and Supergirl are on hand to join the fight, but can our high-flying heroines handle a gigantic fire-breathing dragon?
So, how many threats are happening in Metropolis at the same time right now?
Let's see. The Steelworks miniseries. Adventures of John Kent ends in September. That's a monthly series.
Yeah.
Depending how that book ends, John Kent could be shelved.
Yeah, If you notice something in the Superman family, in the Superman book, no mention of John Kent at all. That's odd. It's only like he doesn't exist. Also, Night Terror is not in that book either. I'm not kidding. I read the Night Terror book. John not in that book either. It's just the Super Twins and Connor and Keenan Kong and Steel. That's odd.
To be fair, John is off-world when all this is going on. So technically, John is still in his own book at the time. So there's no reason to give him Night Terror's issue.
He's not there either.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to do 2 separate Night Terror issues for 2 different versions of the same character. That doesn't make sense.
True.
Titans issue 4.
Connect them and a wall. Yeah. Wait. Also, it connects to a new event this November.
October. There's a storm coming for the Titans. Brother Eternity continues to gain power as he toes the line between supervillain and well-meaning philanthropist. Can the team discover his dark secrets before the world falls under his spell? Plus, Beast Boy's mission to Borneo gains the unwanted attention of one of the most dangerous players in the DCU, Amanda Waller.
Yep.
Wow, did she lose weight again?
Yeah, I guess. I think they're going with the. I think they're going with the Suicide Squad design for synergy for James Gunn's movies. So I think they're going with the skinnier design.
Well, but also, wait, can you go up a sec? Yeah, starting to but this book is going to connect to a new event called Beast World with Beast Boy turning into Starro. I'm not joking.
Well, technically, Starro is an alien creature, so there's nothing preventing Beast Boy from being possessed by him.
No, he's gonna turn into a Starro creature.
Wait, what?
I'm not. Did another at NCCC. We're getting a Beast World event for Teen Titans, or for Tiny Acting, or for Tom Taylor.
Huh.
I can show you it.
Let's finish the solicitations first, because we've been at this for almost an hour now.
Yeah.
Cyborg issue number 4.
Why don't we Cyborg?
It's actually pretty good from what I've read so far.
I read issue 1. I got so bored. Yeah.
It's an AI uprising. Cyborg has his hands busy as Solace's sign-offs runs rampant in the street of Detroit. Is CEO Marcus Wilcox seething with resentment at Victor Stone's rejection of his vision behind this? Or is something or someone more sinister at play? And World's Finest Teen Titans number 4, which is a modern retelling of the original Silver Age Teen Titans. Fun fact, Bumblebee was an original member. She wasn't part of the original. Okay, Bumblebee was technically the 5th person, since most people only know the original 5 as Robin, Donna Troy, Speedy, Kid Flash, and Aqualad. Bumblebee was kind of the 6th member, so she's technically
Yep.
But yeah, say what you will about Mark Waid's champion run, but so far, World's Finest Teen Titans is pretty good.
What about the Foreign Champion? In fact, if you read the Foreign Friend book, the Champion book, with the Champion story, it was bad. You read the mid-mall Foreign book was a train wreck, and the Champion story was just crap. But Mark Waid's Teen Titans book is amazing. I think Mark Waid never overtailored the Teen Titans book.
America's sweetest situationship breaks hearts, including Aqualad and Wonder Girl's own. When Garth realizes a part of him isn't fully in it with Donna. To heal the wounds, Wally invites Garth and Roy to a sleepover in his folks' home, where Aqualad opens up about his fluid sexuality. Meanwhile, Mal assists Bumblebee in an unexpected battle, giving him a taste of what the Teen Titans he could be. So Mal debuts in this issue. Aqualad and Wonder Girl break up. All the while, we have 2 tie-ins, 2 Night Terrors.
That's confusing. What the fuck?
Now, to be fair, in Titans, Pika probably has a better explanation of this than I do, but there was a bit of a love triangle between Roy, Donna, and Garth. And I want to say it was the Wolfman Perez one, but it could have been the one after that. But there was a bit of a love triangle there, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Pico, your response?
Sure. Could be that it's been some time since I read it.
But Tales of Titans number 4. Just I think these was just one shots about each character's retrospective, about deeper lore about the Titans. Now they've taken the forefront. You think Beast Boy would have gotten issue 2, considering how he's the more prominent, he's the more popular Titans characters.
But he got shot in the head in Dark Crisis.
Yeah, but then the Power Girl special, he got over a mental block, and then his eye was healed. So
Yeah, it was just stupid.
Beast Boy barely survived the events of Dark Crisis, suffering a brutal attack from Deathstroke and losing an eye in the process. With his confidence weakened, he was unable to hold the shape of the large and mighty animals that defined him as a hero. But when a scientist with nothing to lose needs Beast Boy's power for terrifying ends, Guard will have to face what truly makes him special and save his own life in the process. The events of this issue set up the big DCU epic. You do not want to miss it.
It sets up predicament for the new
Sets up.
event.
In other news, Green Lantern and Barry Allen team up in Green Lantern issue 4.
Yep.
Written by Jeremy Adams and Peter J. Tomasi.
But I do want to talk about my story because I do want to talk about when we get to it.
After
Right
Sinestro's attack on Ferris Air, Hal calls a fast friend for help. This brave and bold duo comes one step closer to uncovering the mystery of Sinestro's plans. All the while, Hal continues to figure out what it means to be the only Green Lantern on Earth, because a lot of the Green Lanterns are off-world right now. Meet the all-new character Sin Sun. Wait, is that supposed to be... Am I reading that right? Simon Sinson?
Sinne
Something
on.
like that.
They did not give Sinestro a son. He already has a daughter, who was with Kyle Rayner for a while, mind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God. This.
Okay, see the sun, baby! I win! You said to give up hope? You said to give up? I'm right, baby. I win, baby. I win. I did it again.
Maybe I don't celebrate prematurely.
Please don't. Please don't.
I don't kill.
Don't
kill
give
against
us
my
all.
boys.
Don't. You're
Don't
just
give-
letting them win. You're just letting them win.
I
Don't
win.
settle for disappointment with false hope.
I need
Green
something to
Lantern
make
War
me happy,
Journal
damn it.
issue number 2.
I win. But Tamani
Are you
joined the
done, Tavia?
backstory. Give me hope.
John Stewart has to.
Yep.
As Jon Stewart travels to Metropolis to meet with Steelworks, the Radiant Dead have claimed their first victim on Earth Zero and are ravenously hunting for Jon. Stripped of his ring and unaware of the danger he's in, Jon is caught completely unprepared to face his otherworldly horror. To unravel the shocking identity of the Revenant Queen.
Who?
I guess you have to check out Green Lantern World Journal issue number 1.
Okay.
Probably.
Wait. Hold it. I read the backup story to the Green Lantern with PKJ. It's so confusing. I don't know what's happening. What James the power about right now? What the hell is going on? It felt a complete mess. You read the backup story, right?
Yeah, because it's standalone. It's trying to get you hyped for what's essentially going to be the main book with Jon, so you can piece together what happened.
But I also can't actually the whole last Green Lantern story with my the other writer,
Ridley Scott, John Ridley, something like that.
John Ridley story, something like that. Yeah.
Blue Beetle issue
Train
number
wreck.
2 for the upcoming Blue Beetle movie.
Well, after the movie, you can October.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
too
movie
far,
has come
too
out
far.
by now.
Too far.
Fire nice.
Someone is out there
No.
hunting beetles. After the attack on Ted Cord lands him in the hospital, Jaime's on high alert and ready for a fight. But will he be ready to come when he comes face to face with the Blood Scarab?
Blood Scarab. Yep.
Okay,
Any
at this
idea?
point you're either gonna pair Fire and Ice together or you don't. We get it, Guy Gardner's.
But the Blue Beetle story sounds interesting to me. Can we check the cover?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, the main villain, is it just me? Or it kind of reminds me of the Spawn for a sec. You know, with the cape.
You sure you're not thinking Prometheus? Because of the horns?
Well, yeah,
with the
yeah,
cape?
for me that too. Yeah.
But yeah, I could see how he would. I don't see how he would look specifically like Spawn, but I understand the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But Fire and Ice, welcome to Smallville issue 2. Joanne Starr.
What about Joey Star? Who's writing it?
Joanne Starr. That's who's writing it. What's a Smallville
And
Fight Club
drawing
without
it.
any? What's a Smallville Fight Club without any fighters? While Ice discovers the magic of community heroism, no superpowers required, Fire's latest scheme to restore their former glory brings Ambush Bug to town. But their violent attempts at viral fame go unnoticed by the world. Could a chance encounter with Smallville's hottest bartender show fire the light? Or will the sparks that fly between them burn the town to the ground? It's fire we're talking about, so probably the lighter. So probably the latter.
What? This
Great
ain't
story.
Yeah,
funny.
so
It's Fire just being a diva for 20 pages.
Oh, for God's sake. I don't want that fire nice. God damn it. Where's Guy Gardner? That's a Guy Gardner story.
Green Arrow issue number 5. Now,
Can-
Green Arrow is
wait.
actually
Can Fire Ice just be a Guy Gardner story?
they probably don't want to take away too much from the girls, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really see Guy Gardner having much of a role in this story involving two heroes who lost their prominence and got demoted after a major screw up.
True.
yeah.
Now, Guy Gardner's a screw up extraordinaire, but the only reason you would have Guy Gardner in this story is due to the whole Guy and Ice being constantly on and off. And Guy's not
True.
even a bad partner to Ice. He's just an asshole who, the guy's a blowhard. At least from what I've read, Guy Gardner's not that bad of a guy. A bit of a blowhard and a comedic foil, but other than that.
This has a personality.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Green Arrow's been good. I like that book.
Past, present,
Past,
and future Oliver Queen
present,
fights for who
future.
gets to return home, but at what cost? Arsenal and Black Canary are joined by the unlikely ally in their hunt for Amanda Waller, and they uncover a large piece of the Dawn of DC puzzle. Something tells me this is going to be Prometheus.
Or basically, or can do War of Earth 3.
Hopefully not Malcolm Merlin. But Unstoppable Doom
Yeah.
Patrol number 7. Seriously, this series was too little too late. You had Doom Patrol, you had momentum, you had people paying attention to it, but right before the final season comes out, you debut this series.
Yep. And then the show got canceled because bullshit reasons. Even that show is better than Titans. With Titans been Titans Doom Patrol.
And then we get a tie into the Aquaman movie.
I don't care.
Discover the shocking events that connect to the smash hit Aquaman movie to the eagerly anticipated Aquaman Lost Kingdom.
What smash hit?
Aquaman balances his duties as king and as a member of the Justice League, all while planning on wedding. Black Manta is on the hunt for Atlantean and tech to rebuild his armor. Orm plots to escape his Atlantean prison. 3 action-packed tales crammed into single special. 64 pages.
Why that sound familiar? This sounds like the Flash prequel that went nowhere.
To be fair, it's a one and done compared to a 3-parter, so.
True. We went Team Sealy and two letters.
Return of the Superman 30th anniversary special. Technically, it was Reign of the Supermen, but
Yep. I'm looking forward to this. Julian, Dan Jenkins, and second one, if you read the series special, or you did, I think, with 10-year John Kent, that's what I'm going to check this out. Superman returned after a tragic event more than 30 years ago. When Superman met at the hands of Doomsday, Metropolis mourned the loss of the greatest hero, and soon turned their attention to the search for his successor. Or Superman rose to the challenge. Superboy, Connor Kent, Steel, aka Johnny Lyons, Eradicator, and Cyber Superman, Hank Henshaw. Each with their own strengths and weaknesses. They fought in honor of the Little Man of Steel. Little did they know his return was just around the corner. And not really. Cyber Superman did not fight the Little Man of Steel. No. He tried to actually flame Clark Superman because he didn't save him. And he went a psychotic monster.
Cyborg Superman is a case of victim mentality. He was too much of a workaholic. He didn't value his wife enough. He dragged her into a space expedition when she didn't want to go. And when Doomsday's, well, I would say the comet carrying Doomsday was reaching Earth's atmosphere, Superman wasn't there to save him. His wife was killed instantly, but Hank Henshaw barely survived, only to be reconstructed. Now, I believe in the original comic, he was reconstructed by Mongol, the original Mongol from the 90s.
Kind of. In the original story, it actually Sarah Superman took control of Mongol. Mongol was just his puppet. And the original story, it had more of a Fantastic Four parody. And then he had to turn into digital ghost. He took control of the machine. He tried to save his wife. His wife freaked out. She committed suicide. And then he took her to Superman a big rock and went to space. It was a comedy story that happened. To celebrate the Return Superman, DCA brought back with the credit teams for 4 new stories send away the Superman death. It all begins with New Daily Planet editor-in-chief Lois Lane discovering Perry White's journal from the time he kept at his search who could be next Superman. Wait. What could it discovery mean for a president? Okay, so it actually like the last story, but from a perspective, that sounds cool. I'm up for that.
All American Comics featured.
They're reprints. Reprints.
Facsimile edition, Detective Comics 140, the debut of the Riddler. Batman
Neo-Gothic.
Now, this was originally a digital first comic. In the death of Bruce Wayne, the city turns against Batman and how Terry McGinnis operates without Bruce in the chair. I'm not saying this isn't a good story. I'm not saying that, but since it was the first piece of Batman Beyond material we got since Batman Beyond got canceled. So it was a very confusing time. I'm not saying it was bad, but I wouldn't say it was great either. Now,
Knight wasn't that great.
White Knight Generation Joker issue 6. I feel like the Murphyverse has run its course. It's trying to expand the Justice League as secret agents, but I just don't see the Murphyverse getting any farther than this. Joker's already
Superman
dead.
in that story is a young man now, but Batman an old man.
Yeah,
how does that work?
Yeah, this is not working very well. This is just this series overstayed its welcome. It had a stories and it told them.
Yeah, you had Harley Quinn getting center stage, Batman being critiqued about his methods, the constant escalation of Batman versus the Joker, and does the city turn against Batman if Joker's seemingly going straight? The Murphyverse told its story. I feel like it's being milked out. It's being ran to the ground at this point. I don't.
The Batman Beyond story, I like that part. Was fantastic. I love the song about Batman Beyond stuff. But during Joker stuff, I don't care. I don't give a damn what Joker daughters. Nothing to me. I care more about the Batman Beyond stuff. That's the thing I could give a damn at.
Now,
what do you think?
Again, like I said, the Murphyverse told its story. There's really no reason for it. Like, seriously, after this, I think the Murphyverse is done. I don't think we should get another title after this. Now, City Boy, I don't understand at all. Now, I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I
couldn't get into it either.
Yeah, I haven't been reading this either. This is just something that exists.
Yeah.
Danger Street is about Creeper.
Wait, Creeper is still prominent? I thought he fell out of relevance.
I have no idea.
Because even I brought, when I did in my Superman VST Elite video, even I brought up that DC seems to have been ignoring the fact that Creeper is a thing, or that Jack Ryder is Creeper.
Wait, we're going too fast. Wait. We skipped 2. Go up.
Harley Quinn, red.
No, not that one. The other one.
Danger Street. We just covered that one.
Oh, never mind. Wait, well, City Boy.
Good. Yeah.
We did it. We went through it.
Yeah. But wait. City Boy actually touches being a reference to Washington character, Jack Hawksmoor. who's part of the authority, who actually had power to adopt the cities. Did Red Pill
So City
rip
Boy,
off Jack Hoffman?
probably. Wait,
Yeah,
Justice
that makes
Society.
sense.
Jeff John's Justice Society. I thought that was just a 6-issue miniseries.
No.
Did it get extended?
Looks
I
like
think
it.
so, yeah.
Oh, it got extended.
Yeah.
Justice Society Dark.
Yep.
Wait, that's what it says? Justice Society Dark?
Yeah, as Huntress settled into her new place in the present day, the Justice Society comes face to face with a long lost team, the Justice Society Dark.
So we're finally done with the whole Paradox guide. Finally.
Degaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the Degaton
Degaton.
plot was going to get wrapped up by issue 6. I knew that.
But that's not a story when finished. We've been
Mad
drawing the stories in
Magazine.
issue 1. That's a reprint.
Peacekeeper tries hard, issue 6.
Took on
At least
Deathstroke.
At least
It is
Deathstroke
a
was in this
Buckingham
comic.
book.
Deathstroke took on Deathstroke, kinda, Camo in the War Wheel, and can now confidently call himself a hero. But with all the death and destruction in his wake, was it all worth it? More importantly, is anyone going to come to his birthday party?
So, but it's John Cena show.
Okay, so Spirit World is still going on. Okay. Spirit
Yep.
World issue number 6. Zane, Constantine, and Batgirl realize that the only person has defeated the monster who has been collecting spirits by taking their memories. And it's the person who's responsible for creating the Joss paper money, a ritual currency of the spirit world. Superman Lost number 7. It's basically a Superman Odyssey where he's lost in a time warp for 20 years and has to rebuild his life without Lois.
Yeah, it's been a comedy of John Kent, Gordon's Black Hole, previous Superman, and the Superman stuff.
Yeah, without that's pretty much one way to call this series.
Superman is confronted with the specter of his own possible future when his way home is blocked by an alternate version of himself. Meanwhile, Lois employs the nuclear option to help Clark out of his malice.
We're making a deal with the devil.
Lex Luthor. Joker,
Yep.
the man
But
who
here,
stopped laughing.
Here's Superman Lost. Superman is the Elseworld story. It's Black Label, so it's non-canon.
It should have the cover should have a black label or Elseworld stamp on it because no one would know otherwise.
Probably they're going to put that in the trade paperback or the omnibus if it gets one. But more than likely,
I read an interview from that book. Who's writing that book again? Can you go up?
Christopher Priest, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
from Priest. I read an interview with Christopher Priest. He said the book is non-canon. It's an Elseworld story. It's Black Label.
He also said why it exists.
That is true. You do realize this is the same guy who wrote Deathstroke Defiance in Rebirth and essentially retconned Terra's death. Same guy.
Yep.
Yeah, but the
And
realistic
thing I will
Terra is
probably
a villain, and
no,
try to make her
writer's
be
contract.
make her be a redeemable, tragic character like some other people.
Yep.
Two Jokers.
I don't read Joker Man Stop Laughing. I stopped reading it a long time ago.
Two Jokers walk into a bar and one won't be coming out. Both men who claim to be the Clown Prince of Crime are ready to end their little game, but they can't do it alone. A who's who of Gotham's worst will pick sides and decide who lives and who dies and who gets the last laugh. Sandman Universe Nightmare Country, probably adjacent to the Netflix show. Vigil. I'm not saying a spy comic can work. It can just get really boring really quickly.
Who are the
Waller
Vigil?
versus-
I don't read
that's the
Vigil.
Vigil. Waller versus Wildstorm.
Walbert Wildstorm. Yeah, I
That's-
don't go down Walbert Wildstorm.
Okay. No.
What do you think?
I have nothing
Jackson
against
King. Sorry.
I have nothing against Wildstorm. Jackson King has done his part, and Lois Lane has all the information she needs to take down Amanda Waller. But is she already too late? As it turns out, Waller has powerful allies in very high places, like orbiting satellite platform Skywatch, and they'll be the final authority on her fate.
I
Bit of
don't
a
get
bad
it.
pun there.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Because they're 40, the team.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke.
Strange Adventures, the deluxe edition. We're in the collections now.
Yep.
Nightwing Volume 4, The Leap.
It's so boring.
Dark Knights of Steel Volume 2. Dark Knights of Steel should have already finished by now because I believe in September is when issue 12 comes out.
Yeah, the finale of that story finally last happening out. Here's the thing. Dark Knights did a good story, but God almighty, the delays that killed that book.
It got buried in delays. And Tom
Yeah.
Taylor was working on like 4 or 5 books at once.
With overkill.
Ivy, Unethical Poison Volume 2, Unethical Consumption.
Yes.
Multiversity, Harley
Harley screwed the DCU. No.
Fuck that.
Vixen,
bad.
NYC. Well, wait, this is based on the webtoon comic, is it not?
Yep, it's Webtoon. You see Webtoon on the cover.
For a moment, I thought this was Naomi. When I first saw this art design, I thought this was Naomi for a second. Honest to God.
Yep.
I won't blame you.
Katana and the Ripper, Volume 2.
Webtoon.
Teen Titans Go to the Library, another tie-in book based off the show.
But the show canceled ended.
No, it's still going. Absolute Luthor / Joker 2024 edition. Basically a reprint.
Yeah.
Arkham. Wait, is this Arkham
Maniacs? Oh, I get it. Like Animaniacs, but for Arkham. That's funny.
Batman Eternal.
A reprint of Batman Eternal. Now, Batman Eternal wasn't bad. Batman and Robin Eternal was a little convoluted, but Batman Eternal wasn't too bad.
No.
Batman Eternal was convoluted because they didn't have because they got New 52. Not even sense of that story. The whole Tim Drake Robin story went nowhere. Then we had the whole Seventy Brown said that got so what the fucky. And the way it ended with Talon showing him I know it was weird. And then it's stupid about it. Stanley Brown's father with the mastermind, but not really. Trying to be Owlman. Not Earth 3 Owlman, but
it was from Court of Owls. It was his alleged younger brother.
Yeah, looking much. But then but here's the worst part. Bennett retconned that story. I'm not joking. He retconned that story in the part. He said, Stanley Brown's father did not die. He survived. How? Bennett's not giving an answer. You're stupid.
Batman Volume 5, Fear State.
Bennett's retconned Batman Eternal for his bullshit story. Why?
And speaking of bullshit stories.
Oh, yeah, that.
This should have been a Catwoman Batman instead.
Yeah. That book would only make issue 100.
Yeah, this was a pity. Okay. They gave Tom King this in exchange for taking the fall for the Bat Wedding and everything they were setting up for 5G. Tom King takes the fall, he gets a pity series out of it. And he did nothing with it. Other than making a main continuity version of the Phantasm, this book
and Helena Wayne.
A potential future Helena Wayne. This book went essentially nowhere.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
But it was considered Black Label.
I refuse to believe that this version of Catwoman ever loved Batman.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe it.
Indeed.
Oh, the bandit guy blocking my face. Yeah. Ignores that.
Oh, it is covering your face? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and lower that.
That's better. Yeah, sorry about that. I ignored that.
It's all right. Hold on, Pika, do you have the solicitations pulled up on your end? Because it's saying I'm not responding.
Huh.
Damn.
Yeah, I have it on my second monitor.
Okay, I hold on. Be on standby for
Okay.
Okay, you know what? Just go ahead. Just go ahead because go ahead and screen share it.
Okay.
Oh, cool cross private poster. Nice. I love that movie. I want to get the more in blue when it comes out.
This poster. Yeah, I got it at the premiere when Across the Spider-Verse came out.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was the people who were at the premiere that got it. Yeah, Batman and Catwoman. It was the
Yeah, it was just a bad book. It was just a bad.
It was bad. Gotham after midnight. Is that the Vampire Trilogy? Issue 1 through 12.
I think this is a reprint from an old maxi series.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Kelly Jones still drew it.
Batman, Harley, and Ivy, which I believe was the sequel to Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
But Paul Dini and Bruce Timm's stuff from the animated series followed the Eisner with Mad Love with another tale featuring Loopy but loyal Mo Harley and Best Gal. At least when they were still friends and not forced to be lovers.
Batman Killing Time. Wait, did this book even go anywhere?
No
I forget. Oh, yeah, I remember it. All that was being villain origin stories. It's stupid.
What was even the point of this series?
Wait, that wasn't Killing Time. That was Bad Days. I got it mixed up. My bad.
Killing Time, I believe, was a murder mystery, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin joined Forest Bull, greatest robbery in history of Gotham. Their prize, mysterious, priceless artifact, taken possession of Fun Heist with that bloody double cross on last blockbuster. I remember there was some weird flashback about some guy going to the forest and letting some Amazon warriors just kill him similar to as that one guy was killed in Rick and Morty, that one episode with heists movies. Dark Knight's Death Metal Omnibus.
Death Metal.
Yeah, I already said that this whole series was a mistake.
Wait, did Death Metal even have that much of a story other than just being a sequel with Dark Knight with the Batman Who Laughs?
Besides the main story itself, to just kind of tie in himself, yes and no. It was confusing. Also, it had the Watchmen with Dogman Head. Well, kind of Dogman Head. It was when Dogman Head. It was weird. Yeah. And the way it ended, and William sacrificed himself to save the universe, and that's how the story ended.
I already also bring up in like crap. And I have my Flashpoint video. I also bring up the fact that this series ended up overwriting Doomsday Clock and pretty much being another interest that ruined the preset.
Yeah, which is sad. Doom the Clock is a great story. I Doom the Clock. It should not have been retconned. Okay, wait. The one that's gonna get that I remember is the tie-in to a speed metal. With a great tie-in. That tie-in saved Wally West and retconned the Didio's plan out of existence. Thank God, because the Didio's plan was shit with Wally. But yeah. Is a Diamond Head rip off.
Sad thing is they needed speed metal if Heroes and Crisis never happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank God, retconned out of existence.
Dark Knight Detective Volume 8 from.
It's another reprint of old stories.
Yeah, and Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern comedy book.
Yep.
Rising Continuum.
compendium.
When there's supposed to be a Super Sons omnibus come out in October?
Let's see if it's when it go down. Okay, Silver Age, Green Lantern stuff with Hull. And Darwin with the Darwin Cook cover.
Hardware. Infinite Crisis.
Oh, yeah, Infinite Crisis.
Oh, you know they're desperate if they're reprinting Infinite Crisis. You know they're desperate.
Yep. It's a great story. I love that book. Wait, isn't it December? December?
Yeah, this is early December title. Wait. Yeah, because this is a collection, not an ongoing comic.
Oh.
But
That's
why
confusing.
why is it must have got delayed last minute, but they still decided to run the solicitation anyway.
That's my best guess.
And then we got
Oh dear God,
Bendis
it's a
Justice
Bendis
League.
story. Fuck me. Fuck that book.
No, thank
That
you. No,
book
thank
killed
you.
me. Yeah,
Nubia
that
and
book
the
destroyed
Amazons.
me. Especially when it broke me, that book was just crap.
Wait, Nubia and the Amazon?
How the hell did Bendis get the book? How?
Thrilling events of Infinite Frontier. Nubia becomes the queen of Themyscira, but her new tale brings more new challenges, unexpected arrival of new Amazons, warrior queen is forced to recon past,
Yeah.
new path for some blah, 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 blah.
I don't care.
Son of Kal.
Oh, God!
Oh.
Okay, I will say this. Volume 2 is actually better than Volume 1 because you're actually moving the story along. It's Jay Nakamura's story, but you're still telling a story. The first volume
A bad story. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I finished.
Silver Age Omnibus.
My God almighty, that book is shit. Sonic Hill destroyed my favorite game of crap. Great job, Taylor. Great job.
Silver Age Omnibus.
For Superman.
Invisible.
By Grant Morrison.
That's a reprint by Grant Morrison. That's a reprint.
Question
A
Omnibus.
very old story. A good omnibus.
Oh dear God!
What?
Keep scrolling down.
Trial of the
What?
Amazons.
Trying the Amazon. God damn it.
Okay.
I forgot about that story.
I will save you
What?
50. I will save you right now in the audience. I will save you at least $20. Hippolyta makes a pact with the gods, sacrifices herself, commands Artemis, red-haired Artemis, not to tell anyone. The whole thing pretty much convolutes into a contrived murder mystery. Artemis takes the fall, pretty much honoring her deal to Hippolyta. Then in a follow-up book, I believe it was Wonder Woman issue 786. I could be wrong on that. The whole thing gets revealed in a one-shot issue. And I'm like, just tell the freaking truth. Hippolyta made a deal with the Pantheon. You respected her wishes. It was a dutiful sacrifice.
Yeah. And then it was why this planet. Do I have been tying? Why is the gods? Or war the gods? I forget what happened at Why for a time because I got so bored.
Basically, the Greek Pantheon were corrupted by the Lazarus Reign, and Hera sees the opportunity to attack man's world and kill Zeus.
Again. Was this third death Zeus died? Zeus died in the New 52, I think.
Yeah, he
Then
was
I was born in
reincarnated.
DCU, which
Yeah,
sucked.
and the rebirth, so
then
Darkseid with his powers back, and
And literally awesome. When you put Darkseid had an awesome fight. I love that story.
Now,
okay.
this- Young
With
Justice. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Young
Peter
Justice.
Davis.
Not the tell Darkseid did it. I want that book. But I love that team. That's my Young Justice. Not the tell Darkseid did it, but
Yeah,
it was
this is the
full.
one that inspired the cartoon.
Yep.
Well,
In
yeah. Zero Hour.
0 Hour, Crisis in Time. Was a weird event. Not a bad event.
No, it's not a
Wow.
bad story.
Wow, over 1,000 pages.
Wait, did they include the tie-ins as well? Jesus.
Yep. I'll read again. A cat through a
This is
temple
as
destroyed
big as
them
the
in
fifth
great
Harry
chaos.
Potter, book. That's big as
Pac-Man
Order of
and
Phoenix.
Peter. Oh, sorry. Leaving, puzzling, altering in the wake. As villains across time-wise to take advantage of the substance. It's up to a team of time-tossed heroes to uncover the mastermind behind the crisis before Neva itself is destroyed. Featuring a legion of heroes from the iconic, obscure, and all-star cast of writers and artists. The watershed event left in the mark of these universe for years to come. Collect every chapter in the groundbreaking saga in chronological order. Yeah, this collects everything. This collects the tie-ins. This collects all the story. It collects everything. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's going to be on the solicitation, but we saw it in September solicitation. The official
Yes.
date of the Super Sons Omnibus is Halloween, October 31st. But I don't think it's going to show up again in this solicitation.
Only if it's just this.
That's confusing. It should be on the. It should be in the routine. What the hell? I'm
Depending
looking
on
for
what
that
titles,
book.
depending on what titles they want to promote, some do carry over into the following month.
I think
Depending on what they want to promote.
That's
And
true.
after Adventures of John Kent imploding, they really want to promote and hype the Super Sons because that was the only real selling point they had to work with.
Yep. What's good reason? Because Ben John Kent failed, and so did Sean Carell also failed. Shocker! It's only the English I'm a bad idea. Who would have guessed? Oh wait, I did from day one. You bastard will be the 50% idea of no DC. I'm waiting. I will know let that go. Anyways.
Any other titles before the solicitations end, or was that the last one?
That probably was it.
That's the last one, yeah.
Okay, I'll remove the screen.
Yeah, those are not safe for work.
Yeah, like before we end it, like I said, I do want to show the Beast Brand stuff for DC Comics.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go to final thoughts, and we'll wrap this up. Tevia, you're up first.
Oh yeah. Well, before we end it, like I said, I do want to show something actually does connect as you two things.
Sure, if you have something to screen share.
Yeah, I found it. Here it is.
Beast Boy becomes
Starro.
Yep, Beast Boy in November. Yep. Built the first time comic crossover event, Beast Boy will be the time first big tat at the top hero team in DC Universe, having taken over the current dominant Judge League. Yep. In this story, no giant evil giant starfish, nor a knuckle star services we and Beast Boy take a share of Star to challenge it. Over the man of war and the trooper and waiting in the wings to exploit the wind, things don't exactly go to plan. Yep. So yeah, Adam 4. This connects to Terror Titan issue 4. I was right. Yep. So yeah, these are important. This sets up a big event, and Terror Titan connects to this. So meaning that's important. We're gonna do event. While I hate events, this can go either way. What do you think?
Could go either way. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'm always good what we do. But anyway, as far as reading concerned, the one story I'm looking for is Godzilla Everybody's Kong and to a degree I can't wait to read that. That's fantastic and fun. That's not the book I'm looking for in October. I can't wait to read that. Action Comics, I'm still reading because I love that book right now. The mainstream book I'm reading right now because John Wayne like his story right now. German Flash, I'm reading German Jacob, book of Jack and Flash, the book of fantastic. But as for everything else, and yeah, that's all we got to board. Well, I know it, and I didn't know John Kent injured anymore. Meaning, I think it's interesting John Kent's going bye-bye. He's getting shelved. Which sucks. But that's how we do it. How do I know what I'm doing? Well, these two were good. They're interesting stories. And I'm really looking forward to for the book I look forward to. I can't wait to read the Jacob book. I can't wait to actually instrument. I'm very excited to read Godzilla vs. Kong with Jetty. That's fantastic. And I think that's all I got. Well, and Battle Armor. I'm moving Battle Armor guy. I love it. Battle Armor book. So I'm going to do that. Other than that, that's all I got. Yeah, that's the one.
Pika, your final thoughts?
Oh, you're still on me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Let me see if I can figure this out. Kick.
Let me go over these things here.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, Pika.
Well, looking at
Yep.
these things that I missed that we talk about the Justice with Scotland King thing. I'm looking at that too. Okay, I missed out you talking about this, but I suppose there's something to comment about it eventually, and that as far as I'm aware, that is gonna be a thing. Look at this Yara Floor looks like she's in here also. We always went over the Supergirl girl thing and the Power Girl things. They're gonna be kind of forced. Or Superman World's Finest is gonna redo Kingdom for Kingdom Come, and then there's gonna be just recycled stories that have been told before, and a lot of retcons to stories that everyone likes better. If there's any interest to anything new that's happening here, it's mostly just gonna be some kind of passing check out and then move on. Nothing very much, or some interest to play there. Superman goes pretty well, but
Once again, Pika, I'm very appreciative you took the time to get on up and help me with this. Get some much needed rest, buddy.
yeah.
As for me, I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick. Not the best lineup, but they don't really tell too much, given how Night Terrace is still going on, and a lot of the entire line's affected by it. So maybe we'll get more announcements over the course of August and September. Maybe we'll get more detail about the main books in November solicitations. But all in all, I had no problem with a lot of these books. Maybe Gotham War was my biggest nitpick because the Batcat ship, I feel like after what happened in the King run, I just don't see that taking off like it used to. I just don't see it because say what you will, because of 5G, everything editorial was trying to do, Dark Detective, all of that. It's just too much bad blood. It's too much bad blood given everything that's happened. It's going to take a lot to get people invested in Batman and Catwoman again. It really is.
If you wanted to get some investment, just break them up for a while, have them go with new people, and probably come back after something that actually makes it feel new and fresh again.
Yep, I agree with 100%. Because at this point, that ever since the wedding that happened, it's just been downward spiral.
I'm not saying Batman and Talia is any better, but at least for the love of their son Damien, they can at least tolerate the other.
Yeah, at least they love each other in a weird way.
I wouldn't
Not
go that
perfect.
far.
That's true.
But that remains to be seen. So, anything you guys want to promote? Any videos coming up on your channels?
Yeah, I'm still in the middle of editing my third Flashpoint video. Third because when I started doing videos back in 2020, I did my second video was the missing half of Flashpoint. Then when I got my current video editing software, I remade that video, and before the Flash movie came out, I thought it would be good for a remake doing, and then I watched the old video again, and this has not aged well, so I'm having a Flashpoint video come out where I talk about Flashpoint, it's the setup for it, and the adaptations from the animated movie, the necessary parts of the CW show, and the inspirations and differences in the Flash movie. That's what's coming up for me, and that's gonna be over an hour long video.
Damn.
Excuse me. Can't wait to see it, Pika. Always look forward to having you on the channel.
Yep.
Tevia, anything you would like to promote?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish to do a review of Night Superman, Nature Action Comics issue 1. I didn't do a lot of reviews today or Biddy. But as far as that story, that's what interesting. I'm gonna review ASM again. Yeah, I know that book been breaking me apart, driving me insane. But fuck it, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'll protect, but I'm gonna review for curiosity. Even though I know they're doing insane, they're doing crazy. Way more than going to do so right now. But other than that, I'm gonna be ASM tomorrow. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah. I'm gonna comment on the CBR recently that judges that was so with the comments to me. But I got any of it I can think of. I think that's all I got so far. Well, okay, I'm gonna watch in Balmain 16 or watching that game tomorrow. But other than that, I think that's all I got so far. That's all I got. That's all I got so far.
Okay. As for me, hold on, let me switch out right quick. As for me, I will be doing a My Adventures of Superman review. That's coming out. I will also review Justice League War World, though that might end up being a reaction video depending on how I set things up with Jared from Comics League on his channel. But at the very least, I have at least seen a review of the film. I still haven't decided if I'm going to watch it for myself. But either way, I will keep you up posted on that. I was fan requested to do a Harley Quinn retrospective, at least based off the TV show, as well as, and hopefully I can get Pika to collab with me on this. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek for those who actually stuck around or are watching this in a playback. So give me just a moment to pull this up. If my computer will work with me this late. Come on. Technical difficulties, everyone.
Yep.
Well, while we wait for that, I'll also add to what I said that I have also been recording my viewings on My Adventures of Superman. So once all the episodes have come out, I'll have footage to edit a proper review of it.
Yeah. After me doing My Adventures of Superman, I'm probably gonna do a review. Not every episode coming weekly. I'll probably do 2 episodes instead of 1. Me and Echo was actually one of my favorite.
Yeah, 4 episodes so far. I have recorded my reactions to them.
Yeah. I would do reacting to them. I would cover my ass, so I'm gonna do what I normally do. Oh yeah, that. The Tinny was horrible. God damn it.
If it makes you feel any better, we are going to cover more better runs, such as Peter David, the Batman comics, Chuck Dixon. We're going to cover other runs and then lead up to the cringe that is the Megan Fitzmartin run. And hopefully I can get Pika and maybe Tevi as well to collab with me on this, since he had a lot to say in the first one with John Kent.
Yep. I want to say what Tinder Garmin woman, but Tinder Garmin my second favorite character, next to John. And both have been screwed over recently. But the Tinder Garmin, he got screwed over the most. He's the most damaged out of both characters.
Well, it can't be worse than this one.
Oh yeah, the Teen Titans, but dodging by Adam Glass. Yeah. God, that both horrible.
Some people, I'm actually getting. I don't know if people are messing with me, but I would not be surprised if I get requested, especially with New Direction. If someone actually requests that I actually try to fix the Adam Glass run. And if I ever get requested that, God help me.
It's actually fun if that happens.
God help me. But I would look. Oh God, no. At least it's better than being asked to fix Bendis's madness.
Yeah, that would cause someone to do fix Bendis. Bendis is much worse. Granted, bad, but Bendis, You would go insane trying to fix that entire story, all of them.
But hopefully that never comes. But if it does, I am prepared. So, with that being said, thanks again to my wonderful and marvelous co-hosts, especially those across the world in respective time zones. And stay tuned for the next content on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Flame off.
And me, Johan Björkanen, kiinni.
Yeah.